The Ironheads hosted the Brampton Excelsiors Wednesday night in a game that had a lot of playoff implications. An Ironheads win and a Kanawaki loss, and the Ironheads would clinch a playoff spot. But a loss to Brampton and the playoff race would get much more intense. In the opening period, both teams exchanged goals, but then Aiden Conlon and Ryan Morrison both scored twice in the first period and gave the Ironheads a 4-1 lead going into the second period. Brampton opened up the scoring on this breakaway goal, but the Ironheads would respond. Adrian Torak-Orban would force his way inside and bury his 14th of the year. Then with it 5-3, Jake Gilmore finds a loose ball in front. He shovels this one in for quite a sneaky goal. Ironheads regain their 3-goal lead. Moments later, Ryan Morrison at the top of the circle flings this one past the Brampton tendy for his hattie. That forces Brampton to pull their goalie Brandon Dunkerley in relief for Jordan Rosewell. It didn't start off too great for Rosewell. Ryan Morrison showed him why he was able to score a hat-trick, his 4th of the night here and his 19th of the season. Yeah, arm day has clearly paid off for the young man. Jake Gilmore gives the biceps some love. Now in the third, with it 9-5 for the Ironheads, Brampton goes on a power play. They capitalize on all 3 straight opportunities on the man advantage. After only having 1 penalty in the first 40 minutes of the game, the Ironheads get called for 12 in the last 20 alone, including a 5-on-3 with it 9-8, and Brampton ties it up with this one. Then with 24 seconds left, Brampton gets one last chance here, and the ref calls it a goal. Brampton outscored the Ironheads 7-0 in the final period to complete the comeback. They take it 10-9. With the loss, the Ironheads and Brampton are both tied with 14 points. But because Brampton has a game in hand, they are in 7th. The Ironheads drop to 8th in the Eastern Conference. Here are the Ironheads on how they're going to bounce back from such a heartbreaking loss.
I think just persistence. I mean, time and time again throughout the season, we've noticed that we dig ourselves into a hole, but we found ways to come back at it. Right, we're going to see Brampton again sometime next week. Right, so I think just have to learn from that. Right, offense had a goose egg in that third period. Right, defense still played great. I think it's just a matter of just keeping our heads about us, right? Penalties got to us a little bit. I think like I said, we dug ourselves into the hole, but as long as we just keep our heads right, keep going forward, have a strong memory, I think we'll be able to turn it around, right? We've got a big one tomorrow, and just, like I said, just keep going, keep moving forward.
Well, we just got to make sure that we don't carry that loss into the next game. We got to come in, kind of shake that one off. That was a really tough one to swallow, but that happens as lacrosse. Like, as game of runs, we didn't control theirs, and they took it away from us. But we just got to make sure we go into the next game confident. We don't have that in the back of our head dawning over us, so we have to go in strong, play hard, and play our normal game, and hopefully we come out with a win, because after that we really need one.
To be totally honest, like, the motivation of missing the playoffs and seeing 2 guys that have been with this organization and Counts and Berger potentially end their junior careers, I think that's enough motivation right there. We shouldn't have to be the one motivating these guys. They got to be ready to play every single period. You can't take a shift off, you can't take a period off. We talked about it all year, and that's what happened. We completely just came out flat in the third and just resorted back to bad habits on the offensive side and the defensive side of the ball. And, like you said, how to keep them in check. It's looking at point streak and seeing the standings. There's not too many points left, and how tight it is, every point matters. And those 2 that we left, we might have to squeeze another 2 off the Gales tomorrow night.